Hey guys.
Hey guys.
We're back with another Walking Dead review. This time we're reviewing issue number 153 of the Walking Dead comic book titled Heavy Hangs the Head. If you haven't read it yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Wow, were we wrong when we predicted what Negan's plan was.
Yeah, I totally thought he was going to stay and just kind of rub it in Rick's face that everything's going to hell.
Yeah, I really thought he was too. I thought he was going to kind of lord it over Rick. That, look, your own people are trying to set me free. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
And no, he did totally escape, and Brandon's taking him to the Whisperers. And at the end of the book, very predictably, Negan murders Brandon and continues his journey toward the Whisperers.
As soon as they show Negan and Brandon heading toward, out of Alexandria, I was like, oh, yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah, like Brandon's pages are numbered.
Brandon's annoying. There's no way Negan can put up with him.
And I don't know, the title of this book really should have been, you can't judge a comic by its cover, because the cover is super misleading.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the story at all.
Rick doubled over, holding his stomach, blood pooling on the floor. Literally nothing to do with what's going on in the comic.
Yeah. Now, Negan, he's headed toward the Whisperers, but I kind of got the impression that he hasn't made his mind up yet on what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know that he's going there with the intention of ratting out Rick's group. He might just be going there to see what happens and decide if that group's better.
There's so much that could happen. He could be going there to rat out Rick, to start the war. He could be going there to take over. He could challenge Alpha and become the new Alpha.
Yeah.
Or, like you suggested, he could just be going there to scout things out, and then he comes back with intel. There's all kinds of stuff he could be doing.
I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking he could go and just be playing it by ear, just join the group and see what happens. Be like, okay, yeah, I like this group better, time to take over. Or, this group sucks, let me go tell Rick about all this crap they're doing. Or,
Also, Aaron and Michonne are out looking for him, and they totally know where he's going. Michonne figured it out right away.
Oh, yeah, it was common sense, really.
They're hot on his trail. But he's already crossed the border, so if they want to catch him, Michonne and Aaron are going to have to cross the border. And what kind of danger does that put them in?
Yeah, that could go really, really badly.
Yeah, for both of them.
Yeah.
So where does it go from here? There's so many directions it can go. I think probably Aaron and Michonne get taken captive really soon.
Yeah, them going off into enemy territory, that's not going to end well.
I think they get captured. We might even get a death. If we do, I think it's probably Aaron.
Also, Rick, there was a little scuffle in town, and
oh gosh, yeah.
Names are escaping me, but
some Alexandrian shot Marco from the hilltop because Marco's never been to Alexandria before and he didn't recognize him. So he thought he was a Whisperer and shot him.
Yes. And so, Rick's talking to him and he's like, well, the one girl got in here, disguised and snuck in, and then she killed all those people, and then there's the signs are all over the place, and I'm just freaked out. And you just see on Rick's face, like, oh shit. These aren't having exactly the effect I was hoping they would have. And so I think he's kind of starting to question himself a little bit, and he's worried about where he's taking this.
It's really interesting just from the last issue to this one, where last issue Rick was really concerned with staying in power to the point where he even confronted Michonne about the possibility that she might overthrow him with an army from the kingdom. And now in this issue, he's really questioning himself, like, oh my God, what did I do? Yeah. What have I brought upon us? So Rick is in a really interesting place mentally and emotionally right now. And also Dwight in this issue. He wasn't in the issue very much, but he's out training and they get surrounded, and apparently they had a really close call because he chews everybody's ass.
Yeah.
And they have a neat little conversation about Lucille. Dwight is carrying Lucille around, and he talks about, he doesn't want whoever takes over the sanctuary to use Lucille as kind of the king's scepter. He wants it to stand for something else. So I thought that was a really little interesting bit of dialogue. I don't really know where they're going with that.
Yeah, I think he's afraid if somebody takes Lucille to use it, that it'll go to their head and they'll become like Negan, even if they were never like him to begin with, simply because it was Negan's.
Yeah.
And since he knows he's not going to do that, I think that's why he has it. If he has it, nobody else can have it, and nobody else can change person.
And it's really, I think, just this another hint that Dwight is being forced into a position of leadership that he doesn't really want. I mean, he's carrying around, he called, I don't want this to become the King's Scepter. Well, you're carrying it, man. And it is the King's Scepter, and you are carrying it. So whether he wants it or not, I think he's going to be forced into this position of leadership. And for a while now, I've been thinking that they're gearing up for Rick's death, and that Dwight would become the main character in the book. And I don't really know now if that's the direction it is going to go. I still get that kind of
I still get
tingly
that.
feeling.
Yeah, I still kind of have that vibe because, Rick is realizing that maybe he's going a little overboard, but he's very unsure of himself, and that still kind of works for them, gearing him up for a character, for his character to die.
Maybe I'm really on the fence now whether or not they're gearing up for Rick to die. I think maybe he could step down, and Dwight has to step up. But it definitely feels like they're looking to feature Dwight a lot more, and they're positioning that character to have a much bigger role in the various communities and in the comic book at large. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this video. If we missed something, got something wrong, if there's something you noticed that we didn't, let us know down in the comments and we'll discuss it. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and we really hope you did, be sure to tell us by clicking that like button and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.